Hi, it's Andy.
Hi, it's Dave.
Hi, it's Kirk.
Welcome to the A.D.K rock and metal channel. Rock. Today we're going to review a song called War Is All, and the band is called Helldown. It's a band I haven't heard of before, but as so is many of the case, we do like to try bands that we've not actually covered before or even heard anything from. So new experience for all of us, I think.
I don't know anything about them.
Without further ado, let's kick into it. It's a 5-minute song, so we are going to do a couple of stops throughout to see our first impressions. So yeah, let's go check it out. Got to stop on the first minute. First impressions, Andy.
I like bands who put a little bit of thought into their lyrics and sort of song structure. This is obviously based on historical events. We saw from the intro, sort of World War One. Yeah, I mean the name Helldown doesn't really give you a clue as to what they're going to be all about, but yeah, strong opening sort of musical intro. That sort of vocal roar was a little bit weak. Let's hope that improves. But yeah, let's so far so good. Should be interesting.
Okay, Kirk.
This is what Soulfly sound like. So you know how Max, when he left Sepultura, he'd taken him in a new metal direction, but he still had that thrash element. So to me, this is what 90s groove metal or thrash sounds like. And I've noticed that they describe the music as thrash groove metal. They're from Swansea. That opening riff was a bit too simplistic. Show a bit more imagination, but I like how they've set the scene. And of course, there's a wider discussion, isn't it? From cowards to victims, shell shock. None of us can imagine the terror of knowing that you could be blown up at any point by a stray bomb on the trench field of World War One. So very emotive subject, and fair play to them if their social aim here is to rehabilitate those people who were executed for cowardice and certainly should not have been, and none of us know how we would react on the battlefield, do we? So yeah, interesting subject matter. The song so far, not really interesting.
Yeah, pretty much the same sort of vibe for you. Yeah, I love the fact they're doing a story element. You know me in videos. Do like the setup they've set up in the what appears to be some form of old military hospital. Very, very cool there. That first riff, that's basically Kitty's spit riff.
It's a new metal riff, isn't it?
It's a new metal riff. And I was sitting there going, I couldn't quite think of it until you reiterated it. And I was thinking, so initially I was thinking Slipknot.
Yeah.
Was kind of what inspired me. And I'm like, okay, are they going to be like when I saw the logos and stuff, I'm thinking, are they going to wear masks? Is it going to be a mask band? And they're all going to be looking at demons. And that's why they're called Helldown. Maybe that's what's going on here. And but it looks like it's going more fresh, so it'll be interesting to see where it goes from here. But yeah, that scream was. If that's normally, you know, when a vocalist does that scream in your face, you're like, "Fuck, that's intense." I just had a little snigger in my mouth when that happened. I was like, it's not intimidating me with that scream. So I'm hoping, there's a little bit more guts in the vocal delivery. But let's keep going.
Sacrifice you to the effigy.
I'm not a big fan of that bitey vocal delivery. That's very like Clawfinger. Do what you want to be. I will do this to you. Blah, 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 blah. It's like, I'm not a fan of that vocal. I don't know about you guys with that vocal delivery. It's very good for a couple of words at the tail end of it, but when you're doing the whole verse like that can be a little bit.
Don't stretch the staccato. Yeah, it's like punch, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do it maybe for the first 5 words, 6 words. Don't do it for a whole verse.
Yeah. Totally agree. So it's more of a mid sort of section, middle part of the song where you do that, or maybe the end of a verse. As you say, I've never heard it sort of repeat over 4 lines, which is what this guy's done.
Very odd. Let's keep going. Did you say Machine Head?
Machine Head, absolutely.
Yeah, I was going to say. It's like, okay, that's a Machine Head riff.
Wasted time spent on our knees. This war is all that there is. It's all that will ever be. Peace is but a dream, a lie we tell unto ourselves. Broken souls erased in shallow graves, forever dwell, forever dwell. No pride can hide the fear. Inside there's no one left to save us. Wasted time spent on our knees. This war is all that there is. It's all that will ever be. Oh, that's done.
Okay, there we go. Helldown and War is All. Over to Andy first on this one, I think.
Overall, I enjoyed that. Towards the end, or certainly after the last pause, what came to mind was perhaps a Kariga riff with the tempo.
Yeah, I was going to say exactly the same.
Yeah, it was fairly simplistic, sort of almost old school thrash. Vocals were, okay, nothing spectacular, but suited the music. Really like the sort of story element of the video. That was well shot and well put together. The sort of the former soldier being, treated by a doctor, then intercut with the war scenes. Thought that was really good. Too many and too longer solos. The first solo, the guy with the sort of Dimebag Darrell spiky guitar, his tone again, like within the ruins guitar sound, just too nice, too pleasant for that ferocity of the music. The other solos were good, but again, there's too many. I counted 3. I don't think you need that long, and the song kind of just sort of petered out. They didn't really finish it off. They didn't repeat the vocals after the instrumental solo section, where perhaps they could have revisited the chorus or reverse, just sort of bookended the song. But overall, I quite enjoyed that. Still criticising the overuse of the staccato drummer holding the cymbal, stop, start, whatever, vocal delivery. Good for a couple of lines, couple of words, but they overused it, in my opinion.
Kirk?
Thrash metal's the only subgenre that really suffers from down-tuned guitars. And I understand why bands like Slayer and Sepultura had to move with the times, and in the case of Sepultura, they tried to be ahead of it. Once you go below drop D on a guitar in thrash metal, it's no longer thrash, and that's where we move into groove metal. I didn't like the Slipknot elements to this. The chorus is a direct lift from Desire to Fire from Machine Head's Burning Red album, and they just could not resist doing the cliche of halfway through the song, Angel of Death by Slayer, how it breaks down and has that riff there to do the same. Saying that, I could listen to that all day, I think, because I'm in such a comfort zone with thrash metal. So I wouldn't have a problem if that was playing in the background. I'd be like, yeah, this is good. There's plenty of good riffing in there. The vocals were raw, to be fair, weren't they? And the drums stayed away for most part from being overproduced. They were throwing all the right shapes. I don't think you could question the metal credentials of this band. They love what they're doing. I think towards the end, I liked it. It was just riff after riff, wasn't it? It kind of, do you know the way One finishes by Metallica, the video, when you watch it? They've done the same there, haven't they? Where it even fades out, where they're all spinning their heads and playing, some really tasty riffs, even though they're simple. So, lot to unpick there. There were a few too many cliches in there, and I don't like what happened to thrash metal in the 90s when it went beyond drop D. It just lost its crunchy tone because you're just relying on the dynamics and the hanging fifth chords. But I would definitely give the album a listen because I suspect that these have got a wide range of influences.
True. I mean, what I was sitting there thinking about, apart from once you stop picking out all the influences and you go the Machine Head bit and the bit that sounds like him delivering a claw, and vocally he's delivering in a very Clawfinger way. And as a fan of Clawfinger, this was why straight away, as soon as he started doing it, I'm like, bloody hell, they could have almost literally just been listening to the one, and they've got a song, This Is War by Clawfinger, and it's kind of delivered in a very similar way. So I was like, okay, I get where they're coming from on this and the different references and the Kitty riff, and you can hear everything. But then I was like, if I didn't know any of that, is this an enjoyable song? And I was like, actually it is. Yeah. But then when they took the vocals away and they were just doing these breakdowns, and I'm glad, because when it got to 4 minutes, I'm like, God, this sounds like Kariga. This is really cool. I like this. This is a Kariga riff going on here. And then I went, if Marcus had been singing from Kariga on the other parts with his low guttural vocal tone, because he has that really rich, warm guttural tone, and he had sung the early part of that song, I don't think I'd have been criticising any of the vocal delivery. I think I'd have been gone, man, this is a fucking brutal track, because he's got such a strong vocal delivery and such a vocal performance. This guy's not got a bad vocal delivery, but it was very easy to pick on bits of it and say, well, this was a little bit weak on there, or this doesn't work very well, because his vocals are not as good as some other people's are. There's nothing wrong with them, but it's easier to pick away like cliches. That very first solo sounded a little bit weak, didn't really fit with what was going on, but the rest of the solos I really liked. You can hear, I mean, when they started fading out, I'm going, okay, well, now they're going into like Pantera fade outs, the classic groove sort of style. But again, I can actually happily listen to an album with this sort of music on. It's not something I'm going to go out my way to find, but if someone put it on, I'd be like, yeah, that album would sit in the van playing in the background, and I'd be nodding my head the whole way through it.
Yeah, I agree.
because there's loads of things I like, but you can't say if a PR company sent me this and said they're genre bending or genre defying, I'm gonna go and punch them in the fucking face, because there's nothing genre defying about this. There's basically how many influences can you borrow and play really, really well. I'm disappointed in the video. I thought the video could have done better at the story. They've got the one guy, but the problem what you've done is you've taken an old abandoned hospital and then put him in it like he's in post recovery. Well, no, it looks like he's in an old abandoned hospital. He wouldn't be in an old abandoned hospital in post recovery, would he? The band can be in it. You'd need to make it into look like an actual hospital, and you'd need to fit it and clean it and make it look, and then it could be, you could flip between the rooms, clean and dirty, and you could have done the job properly. It didn't.
That is
make
a very
sense.
good point, Dave.
So I just taking a guy and going, we're going to run around a peeling walled hospital, doesn't make sense unless you're saying that he was dead and he died. Maybe if you showed that he died there and he was actually just the ghost revisiting it, that would have made sense. And then that's the reveal at the end. But it didn't actually. Yeah,
they'll email in and say that's exactly what we were intending. That was our exact intention. Well done for spotting it.
I hope they let us know when the album's out. I would give it a listen. I'm like, if this was playing, I'd be like, yeah, leave this on.
The thing is, I would. I'd probably be, if this was an album, I'd probably give it a stream it on a review of a load of stuff. But the thing is, it's very easy to pull apart, and that is the biggest problem with metal. Is we have access to so many bands now.
Yeah,
it's very unusual to find something that absolutely you go, it's new. I haven't heard it before, but it's in the zone that I like.
Can you recall the last time that happened for you? Because I can.
Kariga.
Do you remember? Well, yeah, I'll say Cold Steel. Do you remember that?
Cold Steel, yeah. But Kariga was the only time I've listened to an album, and I've actually the whole album. I'm like, do you know, I love this fucking album, and I've been listening to the album in the van as well because I love the album. To the point where I've actually been messaging Marcus, and I'm trying to arrange to bring Kariga over to play in the UK.
Get him to headline. Yeah, they can. If you can do a 6-6 bar with them headlining.
Yeah, well, I'm looking at how much it's going to cost me to do it. So, but fuck it, I don't care. I'm going to bring.
I'll contribute to that.
I'll be out of pocket on it, but I don't care. I'll fly him over and put him up in a hotel for the night and get him to play.
I'll pay for the hotel. Yeah.
You heard it here first.
Exactly. Get them low down and a couple of the other boys, and yeah, we'll have a good old party down there. But that'll be next year. It is next year. I'm actually trying to put together 4 dates for them, and trying to do like a mini.
Kariga on the bill. Sorry, get Kadama on the bill with Kariga. That'd be fucking brilliant.
Something like that. Anyway, we should say this. That was Helldown and War Is All. Not Kariga. And if you liked our video today, please do like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you on our video sometime very soon. Take care.